All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Final Circle, your one-stop shop for everything going on with Series E and the general Apex scene as a whole. I am your host, CasterY4SO, excited to be here for our first show of Season 3. Now, for those of you that are new, you may not know exactly what Series E or how it works, but I can break it down for you, okay? Series E is a professional Apex Legends open circuit that absolutely anyone can join. We have 9 squads that have been drafted and signed by our 9 partnered brands. They either qualified through our open qualifiers prior to the season or due to their placement in Season 2. Now that they've been drafted and signed, each player makes $750 a month salary, as well as competes weekly for points and prize money every Tuesday against other open squads like they used to be themselves, and every single Wednesday against some of the top pros from across North America. Now, if you and your squad want to get in on the action, just head over to matcherino.com/ESA to sign up for your shot at being a future Series E Pro. Now, you should be able to see our schedule up on your screen right now. As I mentioned, it is Tuesdays versus open teams and Wednesdays against pros, and those all kick off right here at twitch.tv/esportsarena at 4 p.m. Pacific time. That's 7 p.m. Eastern. So don't miss out. Make sure you follow and subscribe. Keep an eye on our socials. We'll always notify you when we're going live, but 4 p.m. Pacific is the time you need to know. Now let's get into the fun. Now for Series E this week, obviously the first week of Season 3, and let's go back to Tuesday night, okay? Things have been obviously a little topsy-turvy in the Apex scene for the last couple of weeks, but Respawn has been grinding away to get fixes pushed out to all of their players as soon as possible. So we started off Tuesday with a single elimination bracket arenas tournament, a different format than we're obviously used to, but we had an array of open teams coming out to compete against our 9 partnered squads. It was awesome to get to see our teams competing in a very different form to try and show some very different skills. Let's check out how the action broke down on Tuesday night.
Lifeline play that pickle that you put yourself in. Oh, huge 100 damage comes through, but oh, the one clip. Malice with the one clip. Here's the lifeline though. Did they buy the gold backpack throughout all of this? That would be huge. There's the shots coming through, trying to answer. The counter bubble comes through. They're not even in the vicinity for the res quite yet. There goes the res. Is it going to be a gold backpack res? We'll find out. Batro's taking a lot of damage. There goes the knock. There goes the finish as well. Nano's going to have to fry 3 players at once, and I just don't think that's going to happen. It's not over quite yet, says Team Splash. Looks like he's going to elect for a 1 versus 1 over here.
Oh, he spots out the other Octane, hits a big headshot there, taking out Malice Mamba. And they don't have the lifeline, so they're not going to have that extra res mechanic there. And you can see Splash trying to pick them apart, but no, Asurus, they have the crossfire set up, they have them on the low. It's now down to a 1v3. Splash, it's all up to Gibby to try and keep this one alive, but he's been spotted out. He's getting pushed now, pulls out the Eva 8, gets some decent damage off, but it's not enough. Asurus will take the win, and they'll be facing off against Team Cheez-It in our semifinals. But they have the HP advantage now, trying to punish Batro here, who's been cracked himself. Now Asurus left in a 1v2, and it's going to be Team Cheez-It to take the 2-1 lead. Pushed in the bubble quite yet, as you can see, it's the full 3-man push out from the other side. Asurus getting counter-aggressive onto them, realizing it's going to be a 3v2 fight. Golden does answer back, but he drops down on to the low. You can hear the lifeline res going off maybe in just a second here, but now as Golden tries to hold it down, it's going to be Team Asurus to take the first map.
There's the enemy bubble. Here's the play. Fight onto the bridge. It's going to be Golden, like always, coming through with the shots. That's the initial knock. Batro, though, answers back with 2 of his own.
Oh, no. It's down to a 2v1, and Asurus.
Happened in the round that they lost in the first round, which, if it didn't work the first time, I'm not quite sure why they think it would work the second time, and there it is. It's going to be big time out of position again. While that's happening, gets a little overextended.
Heavily favoring Team Pringles, but here comes Dupe starting to apply some pressure on the south, and Skittle Cake swinging in. He's taking some damage there, got his armor cracked, but does have the help of Dupe. Here comes an aggressive bubble though, as Dupe gets cracked from behind now, but he's gonna push the bubble. 108 with the help of Verholz, taking out Phony now. He's got the man advantage, but do they have enough HP to finish this one off? It looks like they do, with Fury going down last.
Wow.
Team Intel take this round. Chip damage, but here comes the push out from Team Intel, almost taking out Vacho first. He's down to 1 HP, will fall to Duke's Mozambique, and now they take the numbers advantage. It's going to be a 3v1. Verholz dropped low, and he will fall, but that's the only trade so far, and it's going to be Team Intel to take map number 1. There, but Team Intel now ready to make their next push, hitting 42, changes to the other side, huge crack on to that Bangalore, and they get the knock on to Aj, and now they're going to push forward with the man advantage to try and finish things out. That could be tossed around a bit, but oh no, someone caught out. They almost got the knock. They do actually. So it's the 3v2 and Team Intel smell blood in the water. They'll be able to finish off Nano, and here they go, going in with the nade spam, gets the connect on to him, and we'll go ahead and continue to push forward. Verholz getting the knock, and Team Intel are our grand finalist winners here.
Tons of awesome plays there, and getting to see Team Intel coming out on top in our first ever Arenas tournament. Obviously, they were my pick prior to the season to win Series E, and while they don't get any points in the standings for that win, a little bit of cash in their pocket, a little bit of bragging rights, certainly going to feel good. You can see the bracket on your screen right now for how the action played out from round 2 onwards on Tuesday night. And one thing I want to note of is you look at the bottom side of that bracket, you see Osherish just making a run, taking down partner team after partner team, and a very impressive 2-0 win over Team Cheez-It in the semifinals, bought them their matchup with Team Intel in Grands. And while Team Intel was able to handily take them down in the grand finals, Oshira's really putting a bit of a target on their back. I actually reached out to AJ, one of the members of their team, on Twitter over the last few days, and they're a team we should keep an eye out for on open nights this season. They are coming for a spot in Series E, so remember the name Oshira's. But in the end, it was Team Intel coming out on top. They had a very strong comeback victory against Team Pringles in the semifinals, and as I said, looked strong against Oshira's in Grands, and they were hoping then to carry that momentum into Wednesday night, which would be back to our normal format of Battle Royale. Now, you can look at the teams on your screen right now. We've got our 9 partner squads once again, but the names have changed. We've got some big pro teams here. We've seen the TSMs before and more. We got Renegades here, CLG, a new look Team Liquid, and more. It was going to be a tough test, and interestingly enough, the first official competition for our new crop of Series E pros. A tough way to start off the season, but let's look at how the action shook out Wednesday night.
Response though as well. Now it's a 2-on-1 situation, 1-on-1 situation. They're both no shields running through the caustic gas. What a madman.
Vindicate's got the HP though, and he was
bubble up, so everything should be okay. There's the quick res. Oh my gosh, madman sending it into the bubble.
That is a fast send, but you can see the third party coming up from Razor as well, and they're picking up a lot trying to heal up here. So you can see the medkits getting popped by 2. They will be able to get that one off. Designful buying time for his squad. Eva 8 out, trading 1-for-1 with Hakulo. Now down to a 2v2 as the defensive bombardment comes down the bubble just a little bit too late, leaving Gentrifying into a 1v2. Playing off this bubble now. It's going to be Team Razor that finish them off and take the win.
Problem is there's like 20 doors that you have to go through, and everyone's blocking it, but a full send right on over towards Bowser. Verholz does take a lot of damage throughout all this. Skittle, though, is ready to brawl here with the Gold Mag Spitfire, and there it is, Renegades.
Very least, but that might just be a bubble that, you know, Razor are able to use for free, and they'll have one more to throw down. Never mind, it was actually Razor's bubble here, as they get the crack. Baby Tuli almost going down, and things are looking so bad for Team Razor. They were looking to be the aggressors, but they're the ones that get... And you can see the drop right into each other. Oh boy. He does have the Eva 8 out, hits for the flesh, but doesn't have enough damage for the critical one. It's going to be 303 versus Team Intel.
Okay, this is just a normal spot, you know, down by a sorting factory, but these players turning into game-winning situations. This top Team Pop-Tarts, oh my goodness, the massive shots are hitting huge, but The zone is closing in, and it makes things so difficult to deal with so many teams in the vicinity. That's going to force everybody to slide up just a little bit. There's going to be a head glitch. Skittle actually gets hit. There's the EMP. There's the execution. Kenny sliding in. Rambo getting a lot of damage over towards the side. I love watching crypto teams go to work. Xset trying to finish him off, but Intel's putting up a pretty decent fight. Oh no, are you kidding me?
Big game for Team Intel there as they walk away the winners of game number 2. Slow playing that one at the end. Threat to them is going to be a team above. Cloud9 go down. Does Zach Mazer to that defensive bombardment from Applejacks here. They do have the bubble being popped, but they can't really go for the res at all. Another defensive bombardment going down as Applejacks will be able to pick this one up. Sliding down the...
Worried about a third party here. Oh no, wait. Are they going to take the angle? Look at these angles. Oh, they can't kill again. Now they have to full send. It has to be a bubble from Phil immediately. They're not going to use the bubble. This is kind of an interesting play. They're going to save it to the very end. And that's a...
We'll have, I gotta imagine, the jump pad, but oh, nope, they've been spotted out. There's the bubble, and he has to bail on this one as the missiles come out from Team Intel there, as Kim Chi Lee does back away, but is he out of danger quite yet? No, he's gonna be forced to bat, but you gotta imagine the drop down's already coming, and they're on his roof right now. He needs help, he needs Crummy to turn around, but what a great push out from Intel, covering both at 3.
Oh, this nade's gonna be huge.
By some shots. Yeah, you can see Imperial Hell holding on down to the nades. Bubbles have been used from either side, and Result to get the first knock onto Finicky. They know now it's going to be a 2v2. They've got the man advantage. This is going to be TSM's win in just a short moment.
Yeah, and Hal's going to advance as fast as possible while trying to make sure that he's being covered, and then the angle gets taken. Perfectly executed from TSM. They are going to take the game number 3, and just did, barely.
So Verhulst was able to get his squad back in. Amazing job coming out from a lot of armor swaps here, but Pop-Tarts, who's out on 1, it's going to be a 1-for-2 exchange now in favor of Rockstar until Lion gets a huge crack with that Mastiff. Does he have the armor swap to work off of? He's trying to find anything here. All the gold bags just kind of baiting him now, and he gets finished off. Team in. Someone else to take the high ground here as we have a fight taking place not too far out from Train, just to the west, though, to at least heal up. Here's Nocturnal back up on the high ground now. Excellent tap strafes, and oh no, now it's just a free shooting gallery getting the crack mid-air. Skittle cakes to go down, and they are just left falling. Hey, they've got at least a good buy present for them, throwing down that frag as Duke goes down to the melee of Phil and Team Liquid. Just having a fun end to game number 4. They'll take the win here. Vermite out covering the corner. He does get scanned up, but you know, this team has backed off, giving him the 1v1, and that's the big 76.
Box is sitting in the door, trying to stop you from getting through. As Bowser is going to get dropped, Renegade's trying to answer back, as Pow's going to find an additional one. That's going to be a 2-on-1 at the bottom of this building, but Applejacks has to survive with their fight. Looks like Era is getting the better of them, though, and Kubsky, last player alive, not going to be able to do it.
Top 7 squads, full squads at the Knights now, trying to make a push for the rooftop of the Donut building, but they have to back away. The bubble is going to go down soon, but Asura didn't get the message. He's got 2 knocks onto Rockstar. They got a second one onto Flanker, but Phil does answer back, find the second as well, and now, somehow, Onmu survives, but he has to fall down into the full 3-man of G2 right below. Might just go down to the ring instead. It will be G2 taking a game number 5.
Over here, nothing you can do when you only have 2 players. Yeah, Exile kind of counts as 1.5 with all these
away off of this one. There's plenty of time for him to try and work up the banners, but here's Team Pringles in another fight. Not able to clear the drone. It looks so close, those shots, but good team fire as they turn around onto Exit. They get that, but he's got to be careful. Darkstar right above him, creeping up with that as well. Aggressive bubble as he goes ahead and full sends it. Gets the... Looks like Designful will not go down. It's going to be a full 3v3 versus G2 and TSM. Early bubble out from TSM as they go for the peak, and here they go. It's a full 3v3 fight. Traded. It's going to be a 2-for-2. It's going to be Sniped Down versus G2, and G2 will take the back-to-back wins to get the win here in Series E Pro Night.
And there you have what we saw on Wednesday night. The pros looking strong and G2 coming out on top. This is a squad I want everybody to keep their eye on. Obviously, they're playing under the huge banner of G2 Esports, and that certainly puts a target on their back. And I think they are a squad that's going to be a very tough test for our partner teams throughout this season. Following them up, obviously, was TSM and Team Liquid, who were both able to take wins on the night. And then our first two partnered squads in the standings, finishing in 4th and 5th, respectively, Team Intel and Team Razor. Team Razor started off the night strong with a 26-point first game. Weren't able to carry that momentum into the rest of the night, but still snuck into the top 5, whereas Team Intel won game 2, and then again struggled a little bit to continue that momentum through the night. So these teams going to have to make some changes going into the next week, and we can take a look at our partnered team standings, just those squads fighting for the top of Series E, and obviously it's Intel and Razor sitting atop the standings there. Pop-Tarts and Cheez-Its follow them up to round out the top 4. Only one night in the books and plenty more to play, but Team Intel going to be feeling very good about their first week of Series E. They take the title in arenas on Tuesday and finish top 4 in Wednesday with all of the pros. Plenty of work to do, but a very interesting start to Season 3 of Series E. Now, as we look forward to next week's play, it will be Rockstar Week here on Series E. And while they did have a rough start, I'm looking for them to bounce back in week number 2. However, when I'm looking to make predictions for next week's action, I'm taking Team Intel on Tuesday night. I think they're going to be able to carry the momentum they had from this first week into the next week and have a strong performance in the open night. When it comes to Wednesday, I'm typically looking to predict one of our partner pros, but I think TSM looked really strong this past Wednesday night, and I think they're going to keep that rolling. They won a lot of pro nights in Season 2, and I think they're going to get their first of Season 3 here next Wednesday. So I got Intel Tuesday night, TSM on Wednesday. Now, for a new segment we're going to have here on Final Circle every week, it's What's Up Apex Twitter. Obviously, conversations happen all of the time in the community. There have been some certainly hot button topics out there over the last few weeks, and I just want to have an opportunity to discuss what you guys are talking about in the community. Now, the one thing I want to highlight here at the start is a little clip we got from our friend Light Star Joe. He is a member of Team Rice Krispies Streets, and he put this clip out on Twitter the other night that was generating a lot of buzz throughout the community. Melee has certainly been a hot button topic for players, and this clip certainly shows why. Light Star Joe trying his best to escape from this player but wasn't able to do it. I'm curious what your guys' thoughts on it are, and have you had issues yourselves with this? And just generally in the future weeks, I do want to hear from you guys. What are you talking about? What do you want me to discuss here on the show? So feel free to always reach out to me on Twitter. I'm at CasterY4SO, that's Y4SO, and give me your thoughts. And that's What's Up Apex Twitter. Now to some just general competitive news around the Apex scene. We're still waiting for word on just how things will shake out for the ALGS circuit here in the future, but still just enjoying the memories from our ALGS championships back in June. We obviously got to see a bunch of esports arena squads go out and perform very well, and we're looking forward to getting to see that again in the future. Now, it being the offseason, we saw roster moves galore and some big ticket ones from some of the biggest squads in the scene. Big one that was talked about was Noct getting dropped from Cloud9 after their impressive performance at the ALGS Championships, and Noct has now been replaced by Albraleli, leaving Team Liquid after a little bit of a disappointing performance at ALGS, to be honest. He seemed like he was done with competitive, but joining C9 has seemingly revitalized Albraleli. We'll have to see how that roster move works out for them. Meanwhile, Team Liquid came out this past week and had a great performance at Series E Pro Night with a new third player named Phil, which we ended up finding out was in fact Fun FPS later on. Will Fun be the third for Team Liquid, or is it just a temporary sub? We'll have to find out. Meanwhile, some other squads made big moves. Pittsburgh Knights, who signed the former Charlotte Phoenix roster, dropped Mercy only after they had a very good performance at our Series E event 10K Invitational. They are now looking to fill that third slot, whereas Charlotte Phoenix signed a brand new roster. So changes all across the board. Who do you guys think is going to fill that third spot on Team Liquid? Will it be fun, or should they be looking to grab somebody else? And where does Noct end up? Is he maybe the new third on Pittsburgh Knights? Tons of questions and still many answers remaining. Now, another big tournament happened this week. We saw Proving Grounds Season 2 from Boom TV, and we saw some familiar faces atop the standings. CHR, who you may recognize is Ronnie's new team, the former Series E Pro. They took first place, and this was no easy tournament. There were some big names here. G2 was in attendance. KNG, who won the LGS Championships, C9, and more were all competing, and CHR came out on top, won themselves a sweet $2,500. Now, former Team Intel roster now playing under Ghost Gaming were able to take second place, and G2 grabbed fourth place the day before they took first place here in our Series E Pro Night. So, big result there for CHR. We'll have to see if that is a squad that can keep things going, and definitely going to be keeping an eye out for them in our open nights this season. Now for our final segment of the day, I just want to discuss some general Apex news, and I want to start off with the end of the Genesis event. We say goodbye once more to Season 0 Kings Canyon and Season 3 World's Edge. We got to play them for a little bit here during this event. It was certainly a blast. Season 0 Kings Canyon is a favorite of mine, but they will go back into the vault to hopefully come out once again in the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Tell me your thoughts on getting to play these maps periodically. It certainly was fun for me. But with the Genesis event ending, it meant we got a new event starting this week, and it was the Thrill Seekers event that kicked off this past Tuesday. With the drop of that new patch, we in fact also got a brand new arenas map, being Overflow. I have enjoyed playing it over the last few days, and I'm curious to see if it's a map that comes to popularity like we've seen from Gardens. It was extremely popular on Tuesday night, and can Overflow bring some of the same play? Tell me what your thoughts are. Final piece of news I do want to cover is from Valve, releasing their brand new Steam Deck, a handheld console that will be available for gamers in December. Their base model will cost $399 and will have 64 gigabytes of storage. Now, the real question is, when are we going to get a Series E Pro competing on a Steam Deck? All kinds of fun possibilities there. I'm certainly going to try and swing us getting one here at the HQ from the big boss man. Maybe we can talk to Valve, work something out. But do you guys think you're going to get a Steam Deck yourselves? Compete with some Apex on it? We'll have to see, but I'm super excited to see more new consoles coming out. All right, folks, that's going to do it for Final Circle here in Week 1 of Season 3 of Series E. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you guys have things you want me to talk about, whether it's a submission for What's Up Apex Twitter or something else, feel free to reach out to me. I am at CasterY4SO. That's Y4SO on Twitter. Don't miss out on all of our streams this coming week. It'll be Week 2 of Series E. It's going to be Rockstar Week, kicking off Tuesday night at 4 p.m. Pacific time, and then Wednesday with our Pro Night, again at 4 p.m. Pacific. And then don't miss out on Final Circle next week. We go live at 5 p.m. Pacific time right here at twitch.tv/esportsarena. Make sure to follow us on all of our socials. Check out all the Esports Arena info you need over at esportsarena.com as well. My name's Yeso. I've been your host today. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you guys again next time.
Refreshingly sweet, but without sugar, 0-calorie treat. They're all our top flavored splash.
It's fruit freshin'.
Imagine you love frosting and filling.
I do love frosting and filling.
Oh, well, imagine if there was a way to enjoy that delicious goodness anywhere, anytime, out of the toaster, out of the box, out of one of those baggy thingies, with nothing but a thin layer of foil between you and...
Pasta.
Yes, Curtis. This is a commercial about pasta.
I love it.
Frosting and filling for your pasta.
I like pesto.
I wasn't born in the spotlight. Nah. Had to grind and shine like a star on a hot night. And something about the struggle now resides in my muscles. And every trial and trouble helped to hang my hustle. Real rock stars don't chase the spotlight. It chases them.
Hey, shake it, kiddo.
Love Dad. Oh.
I've got this.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies Treats. A little love when it's needed.
Kellogg's, Fruit Loops, Apple Jacks, Corn Pops, Tiger Paws. They're Jumbo.
Jumbo snacks, snack time heroes. Go take them on the go. Cereal, magnified, showing up for snacking time. Jumbo snacks, snack time heroes. Go take them on the go.
It's Jumbo. It's for snacking. It's Jumbo Snacks.
Cheez-It snapped. How's it taste? It's so thin, crispy, and cheesy. And I just want to keep eating it. And eating it. They love them.
Snapped. So good we may run out of cheese.
Stack Pringles flavors. Make new ones.
How much do you think Pringles paid these people?
Hardly anything. Hey, you guys want to stack different Pringles flavors to create new flavor